local, late breaking. This is a Newswatch 12 special edition.
We've started the week with some rain and some gusty winds in southern Oregon and northern California. You're taking a live look at Gold Beach, where earlier this evening winds were gusting up to 58 miles an hour. Much more rain and some even stronger winds are in the forecast for this week. Thanks for joining us for a special edition of Newswatch 12. I'm Samantha Cadera.
And I'm Oscar Rodriguez. The next storm is expected to produce some even stronger winds in our region tomorrow into Wednesday. So let's get over to our Storm Tracker 12 Chief Meteorologist Matt Hoffman. Matt, what can people expect these type of winds throughout the week?
Yeah, very strong gusts there tonight in Gold Beach. And the stronger winds that we have tomorrow going to show up later in the day, and some of the strongest gusts will be tomorrow night. So a windy Tuesday night ahead for our region with this next storm system. We do have some lingering areas of rain out there tonight. Let's take a look at the satellite and radar imagery. Definitely pretty damp in the Mount Shasta area. Seeing some moderate rainfall for you folks there up towards Weed as well. And then just some spotty showers and sprinkles as you head up towards southern Oregon. We're going to see this system kind of wind down. Winds are still pretty gusty out there in spots, especially in Lake County and along the coast. We're still getting gusts up above 30 miles per hour in Gold Beach, also towards Lakeview. Latest gust at 30 miles per hour, seeing a gust of 30 miles per hour in Weed. But winds will relax a bit more as the night progresses. We still do have a high wind warning, though, along the coast until 10 o'clock tonight. But we're going to be even more concerned about winds tomorrow into Wednesday with this next storm. It is going to be a bit stronger. Take a look at peak wind gusts today. Onion Mountain Lookout in Josephine County, a gust up to 65 miles per hour, 52 mile per hour wind gusts at Sexton Summit. And we had a gust up around 50 miles per hour for both Summer Lake in Lake County and then also Gazelle in the Shasta Valley. And we will be seeing those winds cranking up even further out of the south and southeast as we head especially through tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow night. Temperatures right now, 53 degrees in Medford. It's 51 in Klamath Falls, 55 in Montague. Tonight, some lingering shower activity, but we're going to see things wind down, some milder temperatures. Tomorrow, rather cloudy. We'll see rain becoming widespread as this next storm system moves on in. Fairly light to moderate for the most part, but it will be a bit heavier rain along the coast, and then rain is going to pick up in intensity across much of the region tomorrow night on into Wednesday. And those winds will be getting stronger tomorrow, especially after dark. You'll notice as we go through your Tuesday, especially through the afternoon into the evening. This is 7 o'clock tomorrow. We're looking at gusts really cranking up in the Shasta Valley, also along the coast. We have several high wind warnings and wind advisories that have been issued. I'll have more details on the wind, the rain, and what to expect through the rest of your work week coming up in just a bit.
Thank you, Matt. Danny Schofield was back in court today for a status check, a process that will continue monthly until her trial, which is set to begin September 14, 2026. During the status update, the judge asked both sides to begin discussing jury needs. Schofield faces 44 counts of second-degree assault, accused of diverting patients' fentanyl while working as a nurse at Asante. Newswatch 12 looked into 10 separate civil cases she has against her, which cannot move forward until the criminal case is resolved. For more information on the Schofield cases, head over to KDRV.com. And the special election is just one day away, and we're highlighting some of the measures that could have major impacts on our communities.
Measure 15238 could change the future of downtown Medford. The measure would raise the maximum rate of Medford's transient lodging tax from 11% to 13%. The tax increase would affect those renting locations such as hotels, motels, and Airbnbs for stays of 27 days or fewer. The Medford City Council unanimously approved the measure to be placed on ballots in July.
I'm really optimistic for Measure 15238. We've received a lot of positive community support. Our mission has been to educate people on this initiative. A lot of people think, oh, this is a property tax. This is not a property tax.
The City of Medford plans to use these funds to begin Phase 1 of the Creekside Corridor project, which we've been following closely since March. A closer look at our ongoing coverage on this project and its impacts can be found on KDRV.com. In the Rogue River, residents will be voting on Measure 15239, which is a 5-year local tax for general fire safety operations for Jackson County Fire District 1. If the levy is approved, it would implement an 80 cents per $1,000 of assessed value levy. Starting in July of 2026, a new levy would replace the current one of 50 cents, which is set to expire of June 30th of 2026. The new levy would maintain current services and fund equipment replacements. Without it, Fire District 1 says service reductions would occur, leading to longer response times.
One of the largest items on California ballots this year is Prop 50, which authorizes temporary changes to congressional district maps until 2030. If passed, Siskiyou County would move from District 1 to District 2, which stretches south along the coast to Marin County. Supporters of the measure say it would counter redistricting efforts in Texas ahead of next year's congressional elections. Those who oppose say the measure would dismantle the safeguards that keep elections fair. The Siskiyou County Board of Supervisors voted to issue a statement opposing Prop 50 in early September.
The Trump administration agreed today to keep the SNAP federal food assistance program running through the shutdown by releasing emergency funds. The USDA said it will tap $4.65 billion from its contingency fund, which could cover 50% of current aliments for eligible households. The Trump administration said distribution of that money could take weeks or even months, as millions of households will struggle without SNAP benefits, and community members across the Rogue Valley are stepping up to help their friends and neighbors. Coming up less than 10 minutes, we'll take a closer look at those local efforts.
Jackson County District Attorney Patrick Green has filed a contempt action against Oregon Department of Correction for the unlawful early release of a dangerous sex offender. The DA says Jacqueline Coart was released after 36 months, more than 5,000 days earlier than the intended sentence. The DA says the 144-month sentence stems from 4 counts of child sex abuse involving a 14-year-old girl. The contempt action seeks remedial sanctions, including monetary penalties for each day of the contempt and for Coart's return to custody for the remainder of his sentence.
Grants Pass is changing its direction on its homeless shelter project after months of setbacks. City council members have chosen a new partner to move the plan forward. The council voted 5-3 to end its agreement with Pathways to Stability. The nonprofit was awarded a $1.2 million grant but failed to secure property for the shelter. Elk Island Resources will now take over the project, required to submit a shelter proposal by November 19th and a property agreement by November 10th. If approved, the city plans to finalize a contract by December and target a completion by June 2026.
In Medford, a vehicle crashed into a power pole Monday evening, knocking out power and closing a busy road. Newswatch 12 was on scene as firefighters wrapped up their response. The crash was reported just after 6:15 p.m. on Delta Waters Road. Police say the driver had minor injuries, but the impact caused heavy damage to the power pole. Pacific Power crews are working to make repairs, with power expected to be restored by 7 a.m. Tuesday. Delta Waters Road was closed between Springbrook and Foothill, and drivers should use caution and expect possible delays in the area.
In a scam alert, multiple Eagle Point residents are reporting they've received scam calls from someone claiming to be with the Jackson County Sheriff's Office. These callers claim there are bench warrants issued and ask for personal details and assist payments to be made to the Finance Department. The Eagle Point Police Department says if you receive a similar call, even if the caller ID shows to be Jackson County Sheriff's Office, to hang up immediately.
And last week we told you about Weed Union Elementary raising concerns about a mountain lion in the area. Now that mountain lion has been removed. The city of Weed announced the safe capture of the mountain lion last night after a coordinated effort with police and California Department of Fish and Wildlife. The city says they will continue to work with CDFW to track sightings and ask that community members stay aware, keep their pets safe, and report any wildlife activity.
Honor School Watch Phoenix Town School is celebrating record attendance numbers just 5 years after the devastating fires and COVID.
Newswatch 12's Danny Stepanovich shares how building relationships is at the heart of the turnaround.
After attendance numbers struggled following the pandemic and 2020 wildfires, officials refocused strategies to focus on relationship building.
It is all hands on deck. And I mean, just from our partners at our the bus barn, the bus drivers are the first people to, see our kids and the last people to send them home for the evening.
The district focused on building a transparent culture that celebrates every kind of success, academic, social, and emotional. Principals and teachers started reaching out to families, tracking students' progress together, and celebrating every day a student showed up.
You can think about any sort of relationship you're in and be like, if you're not feeling like you're an important member in that relationship, you kind of just fade away.
The message worked. Attendance is up nearly everywhere district-wide. Students now track their own attendance, progress, reading, and goals to see their own growth firsthand. From implementing attendance-based incentives to community projects that connect learning with real life, students say they want to be here.
There was a kindergarten practice when they're doing their who's here for the day. Oh, so-and-so is missing. Okay, let's think a good thought for that person. Let's kiss them. Send it out. A kid was like, I was gone yesterday. I felt it.
Educators say that sense of belonging, not policy, is what's driving record turnout. In Phoenix, Danny Stepanovich.
The Phoenix Police Department says safety along the Bear Creek Greenway remains a top priority as the city continues to grow and expand. Police officers are patrolling the Greenway day and night and believe the around-the-clock presence keeps the Greenway safe for walkers, bikers, and families. Police say the biggest concern is from the theft from homes and backyards that border the Greenway. Cindy Lyon, a nearby resident, told Newswatch 12 she had her car and shed broken into earlier this year.
Every time my dog barks, I turn all the lights on and, you go look outside. So I put like a little security camera back there and I put a padlock behind my car on the gate.
Department's asking residents to report suspicious behavior or feedback to their non-emergency line. Tomorrow we'll take a closer look at the efforts to make the Greenway safer for residents on Newswatch 12 this morning. And if you have any old electronics you're looking to get rid of, Southern Oregon, Goodwill, and Dell Reconnect is inviting you to the Community E-Cycle Drive tomorrow. You can drop off your old electronics for free at the Jackson County Expo. Regardless of the brand or condition, they'll accept items including computers, phones, printers, gaming consoles, and cables. The E-Cycle Drive will begin at 10 a.m. and will run until 6 p.m.